Hey everyone, Maury Curtis Dunbar here at Painted Studio. I'm back again. Let's hope we are actually live this time. I haven't been able to find my other live on my pages. I'm not showing up for myself. I have no idea what's going on. So if this doesn't go live, it's also recording to my device and I will post it later. It's just, wait, I'm showing myself. Oh my gosh, I'm here. That's exciting. That wasn't doing that before. Okay. Now at least I know we're live. I don't know if we actually even went live before. That was very frustrating. Okay, so we're back here on my turntable, my furniture turntable, working on the fuchsia chair that I painted yesterday. Earlier today, I coated the whole thing with our Roberson's acrylic gold size. This is a favorite product. It applies easily, sets up quickly, stays sticky for it. Technically, it says it stays sticky for 1 to 2 days, and I have a feeling what that actually is. It does stay sticky longer than that, but more likely it starts gathering dust, which changes the adhesive level. This is not the same as our Artsyville foil size. It is not as sticky. If I put my knuckle against here, I'm getting about the adhesive tack quality of a little bit of Scotch tape. If I did the same thing to our Artsyville adhesive, it's way stickier, which is what's required to release foil. However, we're going to be applying gold leaf, and that's going to get us a different level of tack required. So I bought a whole bunch of gold leaf. I'm trying this from a new supplier. It came in packs of 100 instead of packs of 25. Let's see, I'm seeing there's a question here and I missed it. Oh, how do you get rid of the subtitles? The subtitles are actually something Facebook just does. I don't know if you can turn them off or not. So I'm sorry about the subtitles thing. I don't seem to have any control over it. It shows up when I go live. If I haven't gone live, the subtitles don't show. It's an indicator for me. I know if I'm live. Hey Marie and Ginny and Sabrina and Dolly. I appreciate it. So I think you may be able to turn the subtitles off on your settings, Dolly. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm trying a new gold leaf. I've got a new supplier, and I'm going to tell you right now. I'm pulling this up. This is thinner than the gold leaf I'm used to, but it's still really nice. Clearly I can still handle it with my hands. I don't have to worry about this. Now, as you all know, I have the driest hands on the face of God's green earth. So I can handle gold leaf between my fingers and it doesn't stick unless I get something sticky on it. If you happen to have be more apt to perspire or you have oilier hands, you're not going to want to handle the composition gold leaf like I do because it will cause tarnishing, it will cause discoloration. Now, that's not to say that that's not great. I actually did a mural many years ago. I covered an entire wall with gold leaf, a composition gold leaf, and then I painted a dragon on it. And I had people coming in and rubbing their hands on the gold because I thought it was too bright, and I wanted them to help me patina it before I sealed it. So that was pretty cool. What we've done here, like I said, we've applied the Roberson's, our Roberson's acrylic gold size. Now I bring this into the country from the UK. Every acrylic water-based gold size that I have worked with recently in the US used to be able to get a pretty good one from Rollco. Unfortunately, Rollco, the company Rollco, is not around anymore. Most of the others are too sticky and too gummy. They don't lay well. They lay with brush strokes still in them. They don't they're kind of rubbery feeling. They don't really work as well as they should. This one I have been nothing but impressed with. Now, you all know me. I don't bring in products that I can't stand behind, and that's why I brought this product in. I really like it. On a very super smooth, polished plaster surface, you can get a look that is nearly identical to an oil size. Of course, over a painted surface, we're going to see a few more brush strokes and that sort of thing in it because I have brush strokes in my method of application on here too. Also, just so you're aware, when I was painting this, there are some drips in the old finish here. I didn't notice them until the shellac went on. I'm very aware of them here. They don't bother me because I'm going to play with the gold over them. They'll show through the gold. It's going to give it kind of an older finish, and I'm good with that. Now, the way I'm applying it today, the gold today, is going to be kind of broken. I'm not working for a perfect finish because I want the pink to show through. I think it's a very cool thing. Hey, Cynthia, nice to see you there. All right, so I'm just going to take this in my hands and I'm going to apply it to the surface. As you can see, not working for perfection, just wrapping it around. By the time we finish getting it on here, there's going to be spots where there's gold, there's going to be spots where there's no gold. I am aware of that, and that's what I'm going for. I'm going to take little pieces. I want the pink to show through because I love the combination of pink and gold. It's exciting to me. Now, when you get gold leaf, if you've never worked with it, this is composition gold. This is not real gold. So when you hear me referring to gold leaf today, I'm going to be referring to composition gold. It comes in packets with sheets of paper between them. And I often will do this. I will take some gold, take a couple sheets with their tissues, leave that top piece exposed. I do this on walls quite specifically. I take the sheet, I slide them apart from each other just a little bit, and this is great for you people who don't have dry hands. As you can see, I've got a little bit of an exposed, little under an inch. You take it like this, you tap it down, and then you pull that other sheet out from under it and use the piece of paper that goes with it to help tap it down. Now I did put foil adhesive gold leaf size under here, but it's not all the way under. I work to get gold leaf size everywhere, but I didn't turn the chair back upside down. So we're going to have some spots where there's no adhesive. We're going to have spots where it breaks. I know I got all the top surfaces, but I may not have gotten all the bottom ones. So look how cool that looks though. And I'm just going to do this by hand. And again, I'm going to give you a quick show of how I did that before. I'm going to take a little bit more in my hand because when I do walls with that technique I just showed you, I usually do it with a stack of this in my hand so it moves faster. So let me get this top piece off of here. Come on. Oh, of course, this one's not going to come off easily because I'm on camera. The leafing gods are laughing at me. Okay, so this piece I'm just going to take. Like I said, I'm just tucking stuff, putting it on randomly. I'll take that broken off piece there. This is not the same as real gold. It's heavier. It's made of metals like brass and aluminum and copper to give tone to the metal. Not all gold leaf looks the same. And if I like this leaf, I may start carrying some of this. It's an inexpensive leaf made in China, but if it does what I like, I may bring it in to sell it. Okay, so like I said, I bring a couple of if you look at this closely, there are several sheets of gold in here, and I don't think I can easily, there we go, you might be able to see that a little more easily. But take the top piece of paper, come on. These sheets of paper are thin, the leaf is thin, so sometimes it's a little bit slow getting it done. Separate it a little bit. You've got an inch or so exposed. Come on up, pull that down, that under sheet down. Use the top sheets to help release it. And you just wrap it around. This is an easy way not to do this with having to wear gloves. Gilder's tips, the little special brushes. Wow, that one was actually stuck to the piece of paper. No wonder that didn't want to work. This is a great way to not need special tools, to not have to gild with gloves if you have hands that are either sweaty or you have a fairly acidic pH in your body. And trust me, that sounds really silly. I've seen it happen. I had one of my first gilding classes, we were using composition leaf like this, and there was a girl who, her pH was really interesting. I don't know what it was, not my business. But when she did enough of this on metal and her hands would be all over it, it would start to tarnish very quickly because her body chemistry affected the metal. Don't know why, just did. So there's lots of things that can happen. Me, I'm the Sahara Desert of human beings. So for me, I touch this, nothing changes. But this is a very easy technique to do. Again, you're just basically sliding the under paper out, but it helps if you do it with a couple sheets, just because it's faster. If I had to go pick up one sheet between two pieces of paper constantly, I'd lose my mind. Now again, this paper, from this manufacturer, the paper's even thinner, so it's a little different than normally for what it's normally like for me. Usually the papers are orange, they're a little thicker, they're a little crisper. They slide apart from the metal a little faster, but this works just fine. This paper is a little more like tissue paper, a little less crisp feeling. Okay, let's see if I got any questions here. Hey, Kim and Tammy and Kim Crawford. We got two Kims in today, Kim Crawford and Kim Krunkle. I hope I pronounced that right. So we're just going to keep applying the leaf all over the chair. Super easy way to do this. Now, I've watched a couple other people. This is the test here. Yeah. I've watched people take all the leaf out of all the papers, drop it in a big box, and just pick them up and put them on by hand. I've seen them pick them up in a wad and pounce it on the surface, and you get a very, very broken finish that way. That's not what we're going for here. Not that it wouldn't work, and not that it's a judgment. I'm just saying this is the method that I'm using to apply leaf to surfaces today. So I've grabbed another little pile. Let's bring this around here. I know you're getting my back in here. Maybe let me see if I can do a little zoom in so you're seeing less of my big broad back and more of the gilding. All right, let's work that up on high. And we'll keep working on places that are up a little higher. I think this was a terrific technique. I was taught it many years ago. It's very, very helpful, especially using composition leaf on walls. It just made it so much easier to keep it laid out in a nice square. And again, like I said, we're not going to make this perfect. That's not what I'm aiming for. I am not going for that perfect, flawless mirror gild. I am going for bright and broken and really fun. Okay, let's try this. We're going to shift this down. Again, you'd see I've pulled my paper down just a little bit, tack it on like this, pull that under sheet out, do a little push, then I can pull the rest of the pack off, roll it around. Really easy to do. I just come around and pat things down. And then as I go along doing this, I will decide just how much gold I want. I'm going to put the majority of it on, and then I'll come back and piece in more so that I'm getting the look I want. Because I want to see some of this. I want to see some of that broken pink. Because gold and this kind of pink are so beautiful together. Okay, let's do this here. Pull that sheet out. Now, personally, I know I'm not going to run out of gold anytime soon. I bought 200 sheets of gold, and I know it's not going to take that much to do this, especially since I'm not trying for perfect coverage. I have done far more perfect coverage on other things. Just not on this. Okay, pull that back. Yep, I'm a little bit off screen, so I'll come back and do higher spots so you can see them, and I'll work on the legs in a little bit. Let's do the side area here. Come back over here. I picked that up without the sheet on top of it. No big deal. Okay, let's get that wrapped under here. My next job, once I finish the gilding, I will be cleaning the surface with a pH neutral cleaner, like the best I can tell you is Dawn dish soap, the blue one. We're going to use the Whitson's leaf lacquer over this, and we'll get a really, really nice result. Then I got to find fabric. Fabric should be fabulous too. So what I want to do is finish gilding it, get all my ideas together, and then I'm going on a fabric hunt. Normally I have a piece of fabric in mind, I have something around. I do have a piece of fabric in mind, I just don't know if it's still available. It's something I saw a while back, so I may have to go on a hunt. Let's hope I'm successful. Some people hunt duck, some will hunt bargains. I hunt the piece of fabric that's in my head that I haven't seen in a long time. So you see we're doing these legs over here. Let me see if I can scroll back down just a little bit where I'm working on the legs. When I do these legs, it's a little harder to get it on there that easily. So again, I'm doing the same technique. I am pulling my sheets back, exposing a little bit of the leaf, tapping it on, but I really need to get all the paper away from it soon so I can just sort of roll it around, and it's going to catch on spots and it's going to be uneven, and that's perfect for this. Now, if I wanted this a more complete, I didn't want any of this kind of pink showing through here or down in here, I would take 2 sheets, double it up, because the first sheet catches the top spot and then the second sheet goes down into the cracks. Really common technique. I've seen people do it with even 3 sheets of gold if they've got really super ornate scroll work to deal with or decorative patterns to deal. I love doing this though. This is so satisfying to me. Now, somebody asked me, what do I do with all this paper? It's waste paper. I can keep it and use it for packing material, but there's it's tissue. It's not meant to be used for anything other than this. It's not one of those easily reusable thing for another project. That's not what this paper does. So I'll crumple it up, put it in my packing materials, and use it that way. So if you get a package from us that has all these little wads of this kind of paper, you'll know where it came from. Don't forget, our product of the month, it's July, so our product of the month is glitter. Yes. If you can't gild it, you can glitter it. Another great way to use a surface and get some sparkle and shine on it. I have a customer coming in sometime the next few days. If you remember that darling blue Martha Washington style sewing box that I did, she has another table. So she wants me to come and do another table for her. She was so happy with that one, which makes me happy because that means I love a good fun customer who will let me do whatever I want to do with, just give me some, parameters. She gave me blues, she gave me gray. She said she wants something kind of girly that goes in a room that's masculine, that feels like it's just hers. Well, that's pretty thoroughly what we did. And I'm looking forward to doing more of that. All right, let me bring my little iPad over. Hey, Maddie and Dolly. Thank you, Dolly, about the 2 sheets. Yes, I'm back again. Yes, 2 sheets is a great way to resolve textured surfaces. If it's really textured, you can use 3. Now remember, composition gold leaf isn't terribly expensive, so it's a great way to get the gold look without paying the gold price. And since true gold leaf is determined by, the pricing is determined by what the gold market is. I could buy gold leaf at one price 1 month and come back a month later and it is a completely different price because the market for gold fluctuates. So it's a market-based price, where this stays a pretty consistent price. Although I will tell you, before I found this particular supplier, even the price of this product had about doubled. I used to go and buy, a packet of standard gold leaf like this at Michael's, or if I was ordering gold, I'd pick up a couple packs of the composition leaf just to have on hand. And they usually used to be like $6, $7. I went on looking for it. They were like $12. So even non-precious metals are being affected by inflation. Be aware of that. Shop your products carefully. Like I said, I like this product. I'm very pleased with it. It's a little thinner than some of the leaf that I normally use is for composition gold, but that doesn't bother me. And I may be bringing some of this in, so since I sell the gold leaf size and the gold leaf top coat, I might at least carry a little composition gold itself. Let me know if that sounds interesting to you, because of course you are my people and you tell me what you want. I'm loving this so much. I am loving this so much. Now, obviously, you see me rubbing with my fingers, but there's surfaces all over here that have size on it and don't have any gold leaf. So I'm not rubbing a whole lot right now until I know I'm done. Because frankly, I'm touching stuff that's sticky and it's annoying. And I don't want my fingers to get sticky from the adhesive. All right, so let's turn this around. Let's start working the front a little bit. Again, you're getting me moving devices around. Things are going to look funny, so I appreciate your patience with me. Oh Lord, why did the screen divide itself? Let's see. Let's see, click on, oh, Maddie is helping Dolly with the captions. Hey, Kathy Brown, nice to see you here. Dolly, I did not, on this particular piece, I have not used two pieces on top of each other to get the detail. That is something I've done on other pieces. If you've seen me gilding like the Buddha statues that I've done, or some very ornate stuff that I've done, I will always put two pieces of metal on top of each other, and so I can push them into the crevices. This one I'm not doing that because I want to make sure I have some of this pink exposed. Why paint this chair this amazing pink color if I don't intend to have some of it showing? All right, let me get in here, see what I got going on, clean things up a little bit. Gotta look everywhere. That's the other part. You have to look all over the place when you're doing this. You don't know what's showing until it's not showing anymore. Okay, there's that. And let's put this on here. And yeah, I know. You get to see me in 3D, see me on the screen, see me on my little screen. Oh, that might be a little too much me for even me to see. Okay. You know, the funny thing is when you do a lot of videos and stuff, you don't know how tired you get of looking at yourself. I am not one of those people who lives to look at myself in the mirror. And as a matter of fact, like on things like Zoom calls, I find seeing myself incredibly distracting. It distracts me from the person I'm talking to. So often I will turn it off so I can't see myself at all. Because all I'll do is like fluff at my hair because it doesn't look right, or wonder if I got my lipstick on straight. I don't love watching myself. I've gotten past the point of going, oh my God, is that really my voice? But there are still moments of like, crap, is that what I look like on camera? This is why I don't want to watch myself. Let's see. I feel sticky spots back there, but we'll use some torn pieces to fix that. So as you see, as we're going along, you can see little bits of the pink through the cracks, little bits of pink on the detailed areas that would normally be solid gold. I am just loving that. Just loving this. Let's put this up. Oh, look, see, I got an extra piece here, so I'm going to have to dislodge that one. I'll throw that one on over there. Let's dislodge this piece of tissue. I so love this broken look over the pink. Oh, I'm so excited. Now, and maybe I should tell you what my plans are for the fabric, so if anybody knows where to find it. I'm looking for, I've seen it in Dupioni silk, the Indian slub silk, where it looks pink in one direction and has a peach gold hue if you look at it in another direction, but I'd kind of love to see if I could find something like that in velvet. If I don't find it in that, I need a gorgeous pink, probably crushed velvet for the seat, because I thought that would be so pretty. So if you have great fabric sources, and here's the other thing is, I'm trying not to buy it online because I can't get color swatches that are accurate on my computer screen. Your computer screen does not read color the same way. I guarantee you, just having to refine this color pink paint, I knew I bought it. I knew what color I had used. I just couldn't remember the name. I went to the Benjamin Moore website to do color matching, and I'm looking at it going, that's not the way I remember that color looking. That's not right. And I was right, because When I got this and did it this way, I could see the color way, way, way better. Now, of course, colors also change with light, and colors change with undercolors. So when I did this in my own bathroom in my house, get this gold from all the way over here. Geez, I'm leaving behind. I did it over white because Aura covers that well. But over this, I did it over gray. So the color that's reading through, the gray makes this a little deeper, plus I'm under fluorescent lights here, which make this pink read a little bluer than it is, as opposed to the incandescent lights I had in my home, which added a little yellow to it and made this a little bit of a warmer color. So light and everything is a huge factor. I've painted a swatch of color onto a piece of paper, onto a piece of white paper, and I'm going to take it with me and go fabric hunting over the upcoming weekend. Not tomorrow or Saturday. I'll be here. I might make a quick stop and just see if by any miracle the color I actually want would be at Joann Fabrics, but that really doesn't happen to me that often. I have stuff in my head that usually I find something close to it in a smaller specialty fabric store. I would kill to be able to go to Mood Fabric in New York, because I know they'd have what I want. I saw something, I did actually look on Mood's website, but to order from them online, I needed a minimum of 10 yards, and yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I need about a yard, not even, I need a half a yard of fabric, because the seat's not going to cover that much. It's not going to require that much fabric. And my husband has been finding all of these chairs for me. You know, people put chairs outside. I do the repair. This one had loose cross support, so I put some wood glue in here, put a bungee around it, let it cure up for 24 hours before I took the bungee off. That's a big thing. You got to make sure your glue time has cured when you do your repairs. Always need to make sure you've got that done. And eventually, I'm probably going to redo the dining room chairs we have in our house. Because so far they're just plain wood, and I put some fabric on them, but his mother kept... We inherited her dining room table when she moved into assisted living, and then she downsized again, so now we have all the chairs. And the whole thing's kind of a little on the rough side. It needs a little TLC. And I just keep saying I'm going to do it. I'm never getting around, but I never get around to it. So maybe this winter I'll do it. So the chairs would be first, because now they have two different fabrics on them. They have a very glamorous fabric that I picked out and a very preppy fabric that she picked out. They're both great fabrics, but they don't go together at all. So I'm going to have to do something about that. All right, keep going. Get my feet all wrapped up down here. Let's get this spot back here. Now, as flaky and fluffy as this all seems, let me open this up a little bit. Once I come in and wipe some of this down and soften it up, all the fluff stuff disappears, but it will actually end up exposing more pink, more places that maybe I didn't apply it completely, places where the size didn't grab well, all that sort of thing. So that's going to happen. Let's see. Let me push this up just a little bit, because we're going to get up in here now. I'm going to tear some of these sheets in half a little bit because I've already covered a lot of the front of these by doing the back and wrapping it around. So I don't need to use a whole sheet of leaf. A little broken piece actually serves me better. Let's get that over there. And then I would use half sheets for the top of the chairs because I wrapped down here and there's still parts of it up here. So let's start, I'm going to start tearing sheets in half as I use them and just sort of piecing them in around the seat. Now, this definitely has to have good sealer on this because this is a chair. So even though it will be pretty, yeah, I like furniture, what I created that's functional. I don't like to create furniture that cannot be used, that has to sit in a corner and everybody says, oh, it's so pretty, but you can't touch it. That's not how I live my life. So that's not how I actually create things. So we're going to put at least 2 coats of Whitson. We'll probably put 2 coats of Whitson's leaf lacquer on here, which should make it incredibly durable. And you know what happens if it wears off over time, as everything does, even the best coatings do on something that gets used a lot? So what? It adds to the beauty of it. It's not a big deal when things get worn. It means you're using it and that you're loving it and that it's really a part of your life as opposed to a little decorative something that sits in a corner. I do have a few of those kind of pieces of furniture, but very few, because my life is not decorative. My life is creating decorative things, but I've told you all before, I can be like a bull in a china shop sometimes. I can just bust through things, make messes, so I create things that can tolerate that kind of living. There. Need to get into the back of some of this stuff. Ugh. Okay, this is the part I hate, is getting up under things. I don't bend well. My glasses go down my nose, so then I don't see well. My glasses just went down my nose, and this whole under part became an absolute blur to me. Some of this I'm literally doing some of the gilding by touch because I'm not turning things upside down. All right, let's get to the back of this chair here. So we're going to have to look at the back again, but I'm working on the top. Grab my iPad and see if anybody has questions that I'm missing. This leaf doesn't seem flimsy. It is composition leaf as opposed to true gold. True gold leaf is very fine. You can't treat it the way I'm doing right now. You can't just pick it up in your fingers like this. It will stick to everything. It'll waft away. It folds back on itself. It's a completely different animal. This is composition gold. So, and if you question whether you have composition or real gold leaf is not made in this size. Real gold leaf is made in like 3.5 by 3.5 squares. And when you hold it up, like I'm going to hold this piece up, you can see, this you can't see through. Real gold leaf has been hammered so thin that you can almost see through it. There will be breaks in it that you can actually see the light and shapes on the other side of the gold. So that's how that works. You all have seen me work with a lot of real gold too. If I was working with this in real gold, I'd have my tip out, which is the special brush you use to lift this and lay it down. I would not have my fingers all up in it. It gets treated differently. This is composition gold. This is a nice bright color. I really like the color. It's not quite so yellow as some of the composition golds I've worked with. It's a little paler, a little more lemony, which makes me very happy. I like that part of this. Like I said, I think it's a little thinner than the standard kind I normally buy, but it's working just fine. I don't need it to be thicker. I need it to be a beautiful finish. Sometimes when things are like leaf can be a little thicker, like copper and aluminum, that thickness actually can make it more likely to fracture when you lay it on something. The fact that this is a little thinner makes it a little more malleable, makes it so that I can bend it around a little bit. Sorry, I'm grabbing at little pieces here and there and kind of sticking them on edges of stuff to fill in a few gaps. So I'm very happy with this. This may be a gold that I bring into the studio. Let's come on the sides here. Let me look up in here. So we still have up here to work. I still have a few spots around the frame to get into down here. And then when I'm cleaning this stuff up, there's going to be gold leaf flying everywhere because it's messy. All right, now this is, I'm trying to think of how to do this so you all can see what I'm doing. And I think what I need to do is turn it this way and then I come over here because I need to get up in here. And let me turn it so you can see it. I'll zoom it in. And then I'm going to adjust me to get at it. Where did my gold go? I am telling you though, making myself this furniture lazy Susan, smartest thing I ever did. It was very easy, and for me, very cheap because I didn't even have to buy the table. Found it on the street. And this saves me moving furniture around, dragging it around, killing my back, killing my body. It just sits up there and I can spin it to wherever I need it to be. Put this down. Another piece in here. Plenty on here. Let's get some of these extra pieces off in the turned areas. Here. Okay, now I'm going to sit down for a second so I can grab a piece and tear it up and use it the way I need to. Okay. So let's get a little here. Down here. Let's get a little in here. We're almost done. This is the nice thing about doing it this way. It goes on really fast. And the size is so beautiful. It just grabs it perfectly without being weird and gummy. Okay, a little more. This is going on really nicely. Now this is absolutely not the way you would do this if you wanted a perfect, flawless, gilded finish. You'd be much more careful, much more slow. You might even go in sections. Obviously, like I said before, you could layer sheets on top of each other to have it go into the crevices. I am going fast because I am rough gilding. I am creating breaks intentionally, making sure pink is exposed. Might horrify some of my Society of Gilders friends, fellow members, because of the way I'm doing this. I'm getting in there with my hands, shredding things up, but this is absolutely intentional. I work with a lot of people, a lot of members of Society of Gilders are very, very formal gilders. They do beautiful, beautiful work. And I love their work. But it doesn't always work for what I'm trying to do. So I've created some, just some techniques of my own, like this, that work for what I'm doing here. And I love this. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see where I need a little more gold, because I still have some on this torn piece. So let's put some right there. I don't want big, huge chunks of gold and pink showing. Yep, there's a whole spot right here that I've basically missed. So that goes there, fills that spot. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, now that we've got this all done on here, let's see if I've missed any questions. Am I putting a design on the back of the chair? I haven't decided. This part of the back, it's called a heart or a lyre shape. I haven't honestly decided. I think I want to get this all done. I want to find the fabric. And then if I decide something here and something here would be good, I will do that. But it might look better once I find the fabric if I just leave it plain. This is an old chair, but it's clearly not a valuable one. If the lyre back had actually had open work or scrolling in it, that actually would have made it a more valuable chair. So this was, clearly a factory-made rattan chair. For all I know, this might have had some inlay on it under here at some point, but it didn't look like it when I cleaned it, when I went through it. I don't know, maybe there had been something on there that went on, but this was dead smooth for as long as I've had it and cleaned it up. So let me now get something to clean it up with, the gold. Here's a favorite technique, and oh my gosh, there's going to be gold going everywhere. Let me open this up a little. I use old socks on bigger projects. This is not a pretty sock. This is one of my old gym socks. Perfectly clean. I never liked the way they fit, so they came into the studio for me to do stuff with. I come back in and I rub the gold on stuff like this kind of composition gold. I use old socks to burnish it down. It rubs everything down, it gets the skewings off. I find this works a little easier than trying to use a skewings brush, which can take me longer. It's very soft, it's very gentle on the metal, doesn't scratch stuff up, but it gets all this stuff that's flying around everywhere, all these little bits, which are called skewings, off of the surface really nicely. Now I usually do an initial skewings like this, let it settle a little bit so that the size has a little more time to finish curing, and then come back and do a second one. Because there's always stuff that gets missed. It's unavoidable. Go. Maybe you want to take a little piece and stick it right in there. So there'll be spots in here that look really nice and smooth. There's going to be spots in here that have almost a gritty look to them because the foil, the gold got kind of crumpled up, and you don't have quite as smooth a lay down on it. I just love how this works though. So again, my little tennis sock. There's going to be leaf everywhere. That's the one thing I hate about this. Man, it's a pain to clean up. I need to grab my vacuum cleaner from home and do it. Every time I do this and just try to sweep, it all goes in a cloud up in the air. Look how pretty this looks though. This also helps push things into crevices. It actually finishes bonding some of the stuff that might not be totally grabbed to the surface onto it. Now I will also tell you, if you have a nickel allergy, you want to put on gloves and you want to wear long sleeves. I actually worked with a gal in a class who was gilding, and we were using some composition metals and stuff, and she broke out in a rash on her arms from the metal being on her arms all day. She had metal allergies, and never occurred to me that would be a problem, but for her it was. So, that's something to know if you've got, metal allergies. You might want to put on long sleeves. If you don't like this stuff in your hair, put on a hat. Look how pretty this is starting to burnish up. Oh, this is so nice. Whoops, I'm knocking it off the table because I'm getting too enthusiastic. Like I said, this is my initial burnishing. I get everything on, I take off the major stuff. I usually walk away from it overnight. Come back, do another one, get another clean rag going, bring my skewings brush, do details, make sure I've got it all super tidied up. The little bits of pink breaking through this make me so happy. There's too much pink right there. So I'm going to put a little piece of gold. And I'm not going at this aggressively. I can actually rub through the metal and then find myself sticking to the size underneath. It's not a pretty thing, and then you get fuzz all in your finish, but man, when this works right, this is so much fun. So much fun. A little bit on there. And I love how this is coming out. And most of the time when you see gilded furniture in a store, it's rarely using real gold. It's almost always composition gold. Sometimes it's aluminum and they've sprayed tinted shellac over it to make it look like gold. How do I know that? I took a class in it that showed me how it worked. You would not know the difference. It's really pretty cool. And we've got a big pink spot right here that needs a little leaf attached to it. That's good. I may have actually missed that spot with the size, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. That's still going to be beautiful. If I really hate it tomorrow, I'll come back in, carefully swab on a little size, and fill in that spot. I guarantee you, I always miss a spot. That's kind of the nature of me, especially when size, because it's clear. It's really easy for you to miss spots. That's why if I was doing real gold on here, I would be doing this much slower, in sections, very, very carefully to make sure I got each section done completely before I'm done. But I am doing super fast, down and dirty, rough gilding style because I want it to look that way. All right, so let me wipe some of this stuff off so you can get a good look at the chair. Again, we're not even sealed up. I just took the majority of the big fluffy stuff off of here. And how cool does this look? And let's do a little zoom around stuff so you can see how nice it looks this way. And as you'll see right in these spots right in here, there is no gold leaf size because and then that, which also means then that there's no gold leaf in there because I'm putting a cushion back over there. There's no need to put that underneath. I just needed to get it into these edges, which I did. Look how pretty that is. Let's see if I can turn it around on the top for you all to see. And there's little tiny exposed spots up in here, up around all these details, and then again down below at the legs. So this is my first pass on this. Turn around and talk to you all for a second. So this is my first pass at this. Tomorrow I'll come back and do a little more cleanup, and then I will clean it so that we can put the Whitson's leaf lacquer in here. Why do I have to clean it? Whitson's leaf lacquer is water-based. When these leaves are made, they are machined. So they get some machine oil on them, plus my hands, there might be a little hand oil on there. And if you put the Whitsons on here without having removed the oils, it might bead up. And I don't want that to happen. I want to make sure that it lays out beautifully like it always does. And then we'll come in and put a second coat on a couple hours later and it'll look fabulous. All right, everybody, thank you for giving me your time today. If I've missed any of your questions, I will come back and check into the comments. And if you're watching this when we're not live, please don't hesitate to post a question. I will see that you've done it and I will come in and answer. All right, everyone, have a wonderful Thursday. I will see you later. Bye-bye.